The American Dream is one of the most successful marketing campaigns in human history. Its premise is so incredibly simple. Work hard and you can become anything you desire. Want to own a successful business? Well, you can. Just come to the US of A. Maybe you'll even be someone who can afford to go to the dentist without checking their bank account first. This story has sold more hope than any religion ever could. The American Dream tells us that success is available to everyone. All you need is a blend of ambition and the miraculous ability to sidestep every economic landmine. Basic stuff. From the moment Americans are smart enough to understand language, they learn that hard work guarantees success. Always. Work hard, and you succeed. Therefore, if you are not successful, the conclusion is obvious. You are lazy. Your wages haven't increased for 10 years. Work harder. Can't afford rent for your tiny one-bedroom apartment. Work harder. Holding 3 jobs and still cannot afford a house. Have you considered a 4th job? Your mindset could be the problem. Maybe it's time you stopped being lazy and got up at 4:30 every morning to listen to a podcast hosted by a man whose father owned several hotels and learn the ancient secret of grinding. Because as we all know, sleep is the natural enemy of capitalism. The American Dream is especially impressive because it turns systemic problems into personal failures. Housing becomes unaffordable, and somehow you should have bought a house earlier. Want to be in debt your entire life? Go to college. Everyone else does it. Don't you want to be like everyone else? Healthcare is too expensive. Why didn't you plan your cancer more responsibly? Nothing is ever wrong with the system. It is flawless. The problem is always you. You budgeted wrong. Your grandfather walked 100 miles to school every morning. Why couldn't you? What's your excuse? You definitely ate too much avocado toast, that famously devastating financial decision blocking a generation from home ownership. Historians will surely look back and say, everything was going perfectly until somebody put fruit on bread. The genius of the American Dream is that it does not even require people to achieve it. Just believe that wealth is possible enough to keep showing up and keep borrowing. You tell yourself that eventually everything will pay off, maybe after your side hustle requires a side hustle. And eventually, you may even reach your dream of answering work emails from your vacation. Congratulations, you escaped the rat race so successfully that you brought it to the beach. And then, of course, there is the billionaire, that sacred figure of the American Dream. The billionaire is presented as proof that the system works. I mean, look at him, he made it, and that means you can too. It's like pointing at a lottery winner and saying, since he won, you can win too. Billionaires matter to the mythology because they keep the fantasy alive. Maybe they started in a garage, and mind you, that garage is essential, even if it's attached to $1 million house. Very humble and inspiring, don't you think? The American Dream also has a wonderful relationship with freedom. You are free to choose your career and your passions. Provided, of course, that your passions include health insurance, because nothing says personal liberty like staying at a job you hate because your medication is tied to your employment. Smells like freedom to me. And perhaps the most impressive part of the American Dream is how aggressively optimistic you are expected to remain while pursuing it. Be grateful and motivated, even if it seems insane to be working 12-hour shifts or more every day. No, that would be negativity. Adjust your attitude, Goy. And still, millions of people defend the American Dream with absolute sincerity, because the alternative is just too uncomfortable. If success is not purely the result of hard work, then maybe failure is not purely the result of laziness. A child born into poverty and a child born into wealth are racing on entirely different tracks. One runs uphill barefoot while the other drives a golf cart. Admitting that would force us to see meritocracy as a story about survival resources, not virtue. But that is depressing. So instead, we tell everyone the same story. Work hard and believe in yourself. And if you still fail, well, that sounds like a you problem. The American Dream is a subscription service, not a promise. You keep paying into it with your time and your health. Every month, it renews automatically. Maybe someday you will get the premium version, a house, and the reassurance that a medical emergency won't ruin you. Until then, keep grinding and keep smiling. Keep believing because the American Dream is always within reach, just a little farther, and please do not stop running long enough to notice who owns the treadmill.